The 2011 local government elections brought to you live and clear by the SABC.
Before December last year, local government legislation did not permit special votes. Amendments to the Municipal Electoral Act, however, introduced special votes to accommodate any voter who is unable on voting day to cast his or her vote at the voting station in the voting district where he or she is registered. There are two types of special votes. The first is for people who are not going to be around their voting district on voting day because of a work-related matter. On 16 and 17 May, they will be able to cast their votes at the voting station in the voting district where they've registered. Special votes are also provided for people such as pregnant women and the disabled. IEC officials will visit these voters at home. The Chief Electoral Officer, Advocate Pansy Klakula, says the special voting process is one of the major challenges the body will face during this poll.
One of the challenges that we have is how do we secure those ballots to ensure that nothing happens to them on the 16th and 17th. And there are always suspicions out there that the longer you store the ballot papers without counting them, the more the possibility of them being interfered with. Another challenge that we have is training of our staff members to ensure that we have trained them adequately, to ensure that they will apply the law and apply it uniformly.
Some of the more prominent people who will also make use of the special vote include Klakula, who will cast her ballot in Johannesburg, and IEC chairperson Dr. Brigalia Bam, who will cast hers in Pretoria. A number of government ministers and officials will also make their cross over the next 2 days. Prisoners and South Africans living in other countries will, however, not be allowed to vote during the local election because one needs to be a resident of the voting district in which you want to vote. Meanwhile, the Results Operations Centre for the 2011 municipal elections is abuzz. As with previous elections, it will serve as a central management point for operational and electoral issues and a focal point for political parties, government, business leaders and the media to gather during the voting, counting and result phases of the election. The centre will operate 24 hours on election day.
Over this period, the ROC becomes the central point from which all election-related activities throughout the country is coordinated.
The majority of political party representatives and the media stationed at the Results Centre will make their way here this morning. There are also results centres in each of the 9 provinces. The 121 political parties who have registered for the election have now 48 hours to win the hearts of
The 2011 local government elections brought to you live and clear by the SABC.
The unenclosed or open toilets have been named as cabriolets on some of the social networking sites. The head of the Political Information and Monitoring Service at IDASA, Judith February, says it's too simplistic to describe this year's local government election as the toilet elections, but adds that the saga has exposed the root of voters' discontent with service delivery. Meanwhile, the director of the Centre for African Renaissance Studies at UNISA, Professor Shadrack Gutta, says while service delivery is important, parties also need to highlight their commitment to good leadership.
You must have a system of choosing leadership. And political parties are the organizations for purposes of electing people. So because of that, I think that it is very, very important to underline the fact that, yes, we do need political parties, but political parties, we now need to focus on leadership.
The IEC will brief the media later today on the final developments ahead of Wednesday's poll. I'm Saya van der Walt in Pretoria.